Welcome back to today's video. My name is Engineer Dantec. In this video, I'll be taking you on a project, background image show effect. I'll be using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to work on this project. This is going to be the outcome of this project. As you can see here, when we scroll down, we have our background faded and our content comes up and cover the entire background. That is exactly how our project might look by the time we are done. This is going to be the outcome of this project. Let's get started as we're heading into our VS Code. Alright, this is a VS Code. Open your VS Code and create index.html, style.css, and index.js. Now, this is our index.js. We create a boilerplate with doc type HTML, head, metal, then body. Make sure you rank your style.css, and also don't forget to link your script and put your index.js right here. Okay, so what we do here, inside the body, we create a div with a class of bg image and also have an id of bg image. That is going to be the background image, but wanted to create a class for it and also create an id for that. Now we want to create another div which is going to hold the other things, the entire div. Look at it here. So create a div here, and also after creating this div, we name the div container, because it's going to be a container holding the other entire write-up on the web. So now we create is h1. Remember, we have h1 to h5. h1 is bigger than h2 and is bigger than h3 and so forth. So we say welcome to our website. Then we wanted to create a rorem. Just create a dummy text using a paragraph. So just create a paragraph, and then to create this dummy text, we type rorem and we type 30 and press enter. Dummy text is created. So that is how we create a dummy text in HTML. Good. After that, we duplicate this dummy text into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We duplicate it into 6. That's just all we have here on the HTML. We head over to the CSS to style this. Now, to style this, we first of all call the body and the margin to be 0 and the font family to be sans serif. Now, for the background, the BG image, we have the width to be 100 and the height to be 100 VH. Background, we set the background link. You can copy a link and paste here for the background color, for the background image. Then we have a background position, which we did center, and the attachment fix. Then the background size 160%. Now we have a container where we say this container should be padding. The padding should be 100 pesos. And you know there's difference between padding and margin. You can read that up in my previous video. Now we have the P to have the color of gray, and also have a media query here to also have a maximum width of 500. So when we reduce it, you can still be able to view this very well. That's the function of a media query. A media query helps you to view your website at an appropriate way, even when we reduce the size. For example, since we have a media query, if we reduce this here, and we try to reduce the size of this to minimal. As you can see, we'll be able to view it very well because we added a media query. But if you don't have the media query now, it will not be displayed like this. Because have a media query, that is why it will help you to display very well when we do that, when we reduce it here. Okay, let's continue. Finally, we head over to this index.js, the JavaScript. Now, this is very important. Please just pay attention as we go down to finish up with this JavaScript. Okay, so when we say const background, we just created this. It can be anything. We just want to store this thing on this variable using const. So document.getElement by ID bg image is an ID that we use. So no need of calling an ID here again, since we already said get element by ID. Remember the previous ones we were doing is query the document or query selector. We are making a selector which we don't know what is going to be. Then we can specify that one using dot or hash. Now, since it is get element by ID, you have to specify. You don't need to specify those. Just write the value here. Everything will be okay. So we now say window.add event listener, adding an event listener to the window. So which is going to be scroll. As you scroll down, you'll be able to know, the system will know that yes, we have scrolled, and you'll be able to do something. Then to update the image. So we add a function name, update image. Updating image now means the image style opacity is going to be 1, and the window page y set is going to be 900. That is to reduce it out of it. But what we did was to write and create the function here with the function name this, and this function name was called here. We call it here, and it did this particular block of code. It executes it inside this place. That is why we say function. First of all, we declare a function and we call a function. After declaring a function, we call the function. So that's exactly what we did here. We declare a function and we call it. It doesn't matter if you first call. You can first call it and then declare. That is exactly what we did here, and we were able to get the same answer. Thank you. As you're going to go down to this project, understand it very well. Try to exploit and add other things to the project. Also try to go through it and do it yourself. Make sure you pause the video and watch it anywhere you think you didn't understand very well. Thank you.